Okay, so this is the screen that you start off in to record your hours. Up at the top of the screen, you can see that it says the talent's name and then also the active placement they're under. If you go up and click on the active placement, it should drop down into a screen that says Phlebotomist Mobile Interactive Health Solutions, and then it should also be one that says Phlebotomist Mobile Travel. For the mobile travel, that is going to be where the time card that you log your travel hours in, as well as your expenses. And the phlebotomist mobile interactive health solutions active placement, that will be where you log your hours. So we're going to start off in the active placement for just your hours. So just to start off, you're going to want to make sure you're on the correct week. So on the left side of the screen where Grace just clicked, you're going to want to be on the week of the 18th. For this week. So you click on that and it will bring you up to Monday 9-18, and you'll see that there's a time in and time out slot. So at that point is where you will record your hours. So say you start at 6:30 a.m., you're going to go and log it at 6:30 a.m. Say you clocked out at noon, 12 o'clock noon. So you'll log it right as that. So that is how you do Monday, and then from there you just go over to the left and you'll click Tuesday to get to Tuesday. It's going to save automatically, so there's no need to save or do anything like that. So she now has clicked on Tuesday, it brings up Tuesday. Say you work 7 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. That will be how you do that. And then you continue this process Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday if you work a Saturday. From there, once you have logged all of your correct hours, at the bottom of the screen you see Submit Timesheet. Once you have gone through and clicked through and made sure your time card is correct, as well, if you take a lunch break, you're going to want to do Add a Block.
Also, don't submit it till the end of the week.
You're going to do Add a Block, and then at this point is where you'll go in and say, hey, I took a 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. lunch break. You'll switch the hours type to lunch, and then there's no need to make a note, but after that is finished, you then have to clock back in from lunch. So you'll add another block, and it will say you clock back in at 2:30 p.m. and say you clocked out at 5 p.m. So that is how you record your hours if you have a lunch break. And that should be across the board for your entire week in terms of how to record your hours that you actually are working. Now, kind of switching gears into travel. So you're going to go back up to active placement, click on that, and then click on mobile travel. That will take you to a completely different time card. You're going to want to make sure that you're in the correct week, again, on the left. So click that calendar. It's going to highlight the entire week. So the week starting of the 18th. Say you work Monday say you started traveling Monday at 1:30 p.m. is when you got picked up from your home for those 75 plus mile draw sites. This is where you'll go in under the mobile phlebotomy. Say you got picked up at 1:30 p.m. And you got out of the car and at your location at 6 o'clock at night. So you'll go and log it just like that. And you'll do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever days that you have that travel over 75 miles. Now with the traveling part, say you travel to the location on Monday, you stay overnight Monday, you stay overnight Tuesday, and then you travel back Wednesday, you will have hours for travel on Monday and Wednesday. You do not get hours for travel unless it is over 75 miles. So you would have the Monday travel, and then you would also have your trip back travel as well. So go to Wednesday and you'll log that as, say you left the draw site at 1:30 p.m. And you got back home at 6 o'clock and dropped off at your house at 6 o'clock p.m. You log it the exact same way. In terms of the expenses, so every single day that you have an overnight stay, you are allotted $30 for meals. So at the top, you can see where the mouse is, there's an expense tab. You're going to want to make sure this is under the mobile travel as well. The expense tab under mobile travel. So with that being said, you're going to go down and you're going to click add expense. You're going to go in and say, hey, on the 18th of Monday the 18th, I stayed overnight. And that was for meals. So you're going to put the category as meals, put the job description as $30 reimbursement for meals, or reimbursement $30 for meals, either one. Just log that, make sure you have the description there, and then the amount should be $30. Again, with these meals, it's any night that you have an overnight stay. So if on Monday you go and you travel and you have the overnight stay, you stay on Monday, you stay on Tuesday, and you drive home on Wednesday, you do not get the $30 reimbursement for Wednesday because you did not stay overnight. You'll get it for Monday and Tuesday, and you log that as such. Once you have logged that, you'll click save, and then from there you'll go down and you'll click submit timesheet, and you'll want to submit that timesheet once you have your time as well as your expenses in. So once you put your expenses in, you're going to click save, and then you'll go back to the timesheet at the top right beside expenses, timesheet on the left. Click back on the timesheet, make sure your time is all entered. From there is when you will submit your time card, once that you've made sure that both of those are correct. So for each week, you should be submitting 2 time cards. One for the travel with your expenses, and then one for the actual work that you're doing on the draw site. Keep in mind that you can only submit once per week, submit these timesheets once per week. So it'd be a good idea to keep a pen and paper with you on your draw sites and be logging your hours through your draw sites throughout the week, just manually. And then at the end of the week, because these are due Sunday at 11:59 p.m., you're going to want to submit these either Friday once you get home from work, or Saturday or Sunday morning, one of the 3. Just make sure that it's in by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. Again, you can only submit these timesheets once a week, and so you'll want to do it at the end of the week. If you have any questions after this video, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks so much.